Welcome to the Faith Moment. Do you know, I forgot it's Tuesday. I nearly forgot to do it. Now, on the road going into Ormskirk, the back road, there is a mysterious sign. It's been there for about 6 months. We are temporarily removing the studs from the road. I said to my granddaughter, who's learning to drive, I said, is that sign in the highway code? And she says, I don't know. So I said, well, you should do. You're learning to drive. But there we go. The road studs are being temporarily removed. The trouble is, in my heart, I felt some time ago that the Lord was saying, I am removing the road studs from the road on which you travel. Now, that looks as if you're not careful, you get fear about it. Oh, what's the Lord doing in my life now? So immediately that I had that thought, I started to pray about it. And I used that prayer that I know out of Ephesians. I pray to the God of my Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of glory, that he will give to me the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of him. And after a little while, I realised that it was not the Lord talking at all. It was the voice of fear. Sometimes you can get the wrong voice. You think you're listening to the right voice in your heart, and it's the wrong one. And if you wouldn't start thinking, oh, he's removing himself from me, therefore I'm going to have to think of different ways of hearing his voice. Well, basically it's a load of rubbish. So having prayed about it, 2 verses came to mind. This is over the period, I don't know, of going on for a month. Galatians 5 verse 1. It is for freedom that Christ has set me free. So on one side you get fear, and you have to counteract it with freedom. I will always know the way that I walk. Because what does it say in John? It says, my sheep will always hear my voice and will not listen to somebody else's voice. And the second one, again on the thought of freedom, comes from 2 Corinthians 3. And me with an unveiled face reflects the glory of the Lord. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And I am being changed just from glory into glory as I look at myself in a mirror. Well, I'm looking at myself here. I never like looking at my face when I'm doing these things, but there we go. I'm being, like you, changed from glory into glory. So I think this is quite a serious thing to think about, for each of us to think about. Sometimes you think the Lord is saying something to you, and it's nothing to do with the Lord at all. If there's any fear in it, or if there's any depression in it, or if there's anything in it that isn't really positive, that is not giving you the best, that is not giving you abundance, then you've got to reject it. And I keep standing on these words for all these people in our church who are sick. By his stripes you have been healed. I refuse to accept anything else. I keep standing on that. I wrote a book some time ago called The Voice of Joy. And in there, the Lord seemed to give me the name to pray for people who were sick, and called them the trail finders. So I keep, even after these years, praying for these people and saying, my trail finder friends, you have been healed. So again, if there's anything fearful, forget it and replace it with the word, I am free. God bless.